What if I told you that just one single glass of beet juice in the morning could trigger a change in your body so powerful, it may never be reversed? I'm not talking about some miracle superfood claim. I'm talking about a real, physical reaction, one that could be incredibly good for you, or quietly harmful in ways you'd never expect. You see, many seniors wake up, pour themselves a fresh glass of beet juice, and sip it down thinking, this is healthy. This is helping me. And yes, it can be. But there's a side to this story that almost nobody talks about. A truth that's been hiding in plain sight, and it's something you deserve to know before your next sip. As we grow older, our bodies don't respond to food and drink the same way they did when we were 30, or even 50. A small daily habit, something as simple as a morning drink, can set off a chain of reactions inside you. Reactions that could change your heart health, your brain function, even the way you feel when you get up from your favorite chair. And the craziest part? Once that reaction starts, there's no off switch. This isn't about scaring you away from something natural. This is about opening your eyes to how powerful one choice can be. How a single glass can influence your energy, your balance, your memory, even your long-term independence. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take you deep into the science of beet juice and the aging body. We'll talk about the incredible benefits that can make you feel younger than your years, and the hidden risks that could catch you completely off guard. I'll share stories, real experiences, that will make you think twice before pouring your next glass. And by the end, you'll see this drink in a way you've never seen it before. So, here's what I want you to do. If you truly care about keeping your golden years healthy, vibrant, and full of life, type "I'm here" in the comments right now. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for elderly wisdom tips, so you never miss advice that could protect your health and give you more good years to enjoy. Let's talk about the reaction that can happen inside your body, one that may start with just a single sip. I want you to picture this. You've just woken up, the sun is peeking through your curtains, and you decide to start the day right. You pour yourself a glass of fresh beet juice, rich, red, and earthy. You take that first sip, maybe 2 or 3 more, and you feel good about it. It feels like you're doing something healthy for your body. Now, you decide to go for your usual morning walk. But about 20, maybe 30 minutes in, you start to notice something. Your steps feel lighter. Your body almost feels relaxed in a way you can't quite explain. But along with that lightness comes a strange sensation, you feel a little bit unsteady. Maybe your head feels airy, almost like you've stood up too fast. And for a split second, you wonder, what's going on? Here's the truth. Beet juice is loaded with something called nitrates. When those nitrates enter your body, they quickly turn into nitric oxide, a natural compound that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. That opening lets your blood flow more freely, which can cause your blood pressure to drop, sometimes faster than you'd expect. Now, for someone young and healthy, a little drop in blood pressure can feel like nothing, or even like a burst of energy. But for many seniors, that sudden shift can be risky. It can bring on dizziness. It can make your balance just a little less steady. And in the wrong moment, like stepping off a curb, or reaching for something in the kitchen, that dizziness could lead to a fall. And we all know, one fall can change everything. This is where a common misunderstanding comes in. People hear lower blood pressure and think, great. That's always good, right? But not always. When it drops too quickly, your brain doesn't get the steady flow of blood it's used to. That's when you feel lightheaded or even faint. So here's my advice. If you're curious about adding beet juice to your mornings, start small, just a few sips, not a full glass. See how your body reacts. And here's something simple but powerful. Check your blood pressure before and after you drink it. That way, you'll see exactly how much of a change it's causing for you. Because the goal here isn't to give something up entirely, it's to understand how it affects your unique body, so you can use it wisely and safely. And lowering blood pressure isn't the only way beet juice can affect you. In fact, it can do something to your brain. Something you might notice in the way you think, focus, or even remember things. Now, I want you to imagine this. You have a loved one, a parent, a spouse, maybe even yourself, who's been having those little memory slips. You know the ones I mean. Walking into a room and forgetting why. Pausing mid-sentence, searching for the right word. Putting the kettle on, then forgetting it's even there. It's not every moment, but enough to make you wonder. Enough to make you worry. Then, after just a week of starting the day with a small glass of beet juice, something changes. Conversations feel smoother. They remember details they'd usually miss. They seem sharper. Brighter. Like a little fog has lifted. And for a moment, you can almost see the person they used to be, quick, witty, engaged. This isn't magic. There's real science behind it. You see, those nitrates in beets we talked about earlier? When they turn into nitric oxide, they don't just help the blood vessels in your legs or your heart, they also work in your brain. That nitric oxide opens up tiny blood vessels, increasing the flow of oxygen and nutrients to the areas that handle memory, focus, and decision-making. And for an aging brain, that extra boost can make a difference you actually feel. But here's where we need to slow down and think carefully. More is not always better. Overstimulating the brain's blood flow isn't the same as feeding it well. And if you're on certain medications, especially those for blood pressure, circulation, or even some types of cognitive disorders, combining them with beet juice could change how those medicines work. Sometimes, it can tip the balance too far, causing headaches, confusion, or even an unusual level of restlessness. I know it's tempting to think, if a little helps, a lot must help more. But with something as powerful as nitric oxide in the aging brain, balance is everything. The goal isn't to flood your brain, it's to support it in just the right way. So here's my advice: if you, or someone you care for, is living with memory concerns, dementia risk, or even just occasional forgetfulness, talk to a doctor before adding beet juice into the daily routine. Let them know exactly how much you're planning to drink. This way, you can be sure the benefits work in your favor, without accidentally creating new problems. Because yes, better brain power sounds great. But in the world of senior health, everything connects. Which brings us to another important part of the story. What happens to your body's sugar levels when you start drinking beet juice every morning? Let me tell you about a man I once spoke to. We'll call him Robert. Robert was in his late 70s, living with type 2 diabetes for over 20 years. Every morning, he'd start his day with a cup of tea. But after hearing about the amazing health benefits of beet juice, he decided to swap that tea for a fresh glass of the deep red drink. He thought, it's natural. It's packed with nutrients. What could possibly go wrong? The first morning, he felt great. The second, even better, more energy, a clearer head. But by the end of the first week, something strange happened. His afternoon blood sugar readings were higher than they'd been in months. At first, he didn't make the connection. He thought it was just a bad week. But then he noticed, on the mornings he skipped the beet juice, those numbers dropped back down. Here's the part that catches people off guard: beet juice, while natural, still contains sugar. And because it's in liquid form, your body absorbs it much faster than if you were eating the whole beet with its natural fiber. For someone with insulin resistance, or anyone whose body already struggles to manage blood sugar, that quick hit of natural sugar can create a spike. And spikes don't just go away quietly. They put stress on your pancreas, your blood vessels, and over time, they can chip away at your overall health. One of the most dangerous misconceptions I hear is, if it's natural, it must be safe. But your body doesn't care if sugar comes from a candy bar or a beet, it still has to process it. And for seniors, especially those managing diabetes or prediabetes, every spike matters. But here's the good news: you can still enjoy beet juice without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster. The trick is to slow down the way your body absorbs that sugar. Pair your beet juice with a small serving of protein, like a boiled egg, or a high-fiber snack, like a handful of nuts. Even better, drink a smaller portion and spread it out instead of finishing it all at once. That way, you get the benefits without paying the price. And while sugar spikes can be managed, there's another hidden reaction beet juice can trigger in your body. One you might not even notice, until it's already too late. I want you to think about this next story. There was a woman named Helen, 82 years old, still active, still tending her small garden every morning. She prided herself on eating well and keeping her body strong. After reading about beet juice, she decided to make it part of her daily routine. One small glass with breakfast, every single morning. At first, everything seemed fine. Her energy was good, her walks around the neighborhood felt easier, and she loved the vibrant color and taste. But a few months in, she started noticing something different, a dull ache in her lower back, just under the ribs. It wasn't constant, but it kept coming back. She brushed it off at first, thinking it was just a muscle strain from gardening. But then the pain grew sharper. Her doctor ran some tests, and the answer caught her off guard: kidney stones. And the culprit? Her healthy new habit. You see, beets are high in something called oxalates. These are natural compounds found in many plant foods, but in some people, especially those with a history of kidney problems, they can combine with calcium in the body and form kidney stones. And kidney stones are not just painful, they can lead to serious complications if they block the flow of urine or cause infection. Here's where many people get it wrong. They assume that it's only salty foods or dehydration that put stress on the kidneys. But oxalate-rich foods, like beets, spinach, or certain nuts, can do the same, especially when eaten or drunk in large amounts over time. The risk is even higher for seniors because kidney function naturally declines with age, even without any diagnosed condition. Now, does this mean beet juice is off the table for everyone? Absolutely not. It just means you have to be smart about it. If you have kidney issues, or even a family history of kidney stones, you need to take some precautions. First, stay well hydrated. Water helps flush excess oxalates through your system before they have a chance to cause trouble. Second, don't make beet juice your only vegetable juice, rotate it with other options like cucumber, celery, or carrot juice to give your kidneys a break. And third, avoid going overboard. Even healthy foods can become harmful if the dose is too high. Helen learned that the hard way. She still enjoys beet juice today, but only once or twice a week, and always with a big glass of water. And you know what? Her kidneys have been fine ever since. But here's the twist: sometimes, the most noticeable change from drinking beet juice isn't in your organs at all, it's in how your body looks. I remember speaking with a gentleman named Arthur, 76 years old, retired teacher, and a man who loved his morning routines. About a month after adding beet juice to his breakfast, Arthur noticed something strange. He felt more energetic on his morning walks. He wasn't getting winded as easily climbing the stairs in his home. And when he looked in the mirror, his face seemed to have a healthy, rosy glow that wasn't there before. His neighbors even commented on it: "Arthur, you're looking younger these days. What's your secret?" Now, what Arthur didn't expect was what happened a few weeks later. One morning, he went to the bathroom and got the shock of his life. His urine was red. Not pink, red. His heart dropped. He thought it was blood. This is where a little bit of knowledge can save you a lot of panic. That reddish tint? It wasn't blood at all. It was something called bituria, a harmless side effect of eating or drinking beets. The deep pigments that give beets their vibrant color can sometimes pass through your system without breaking down completely, and they can tint your urine, or even your stools, red. It's harmless, but if you're not expecting it, it can give you quite a scare. Now, here's the science behind the other, more positive changes Arthur noticed. Beet juice improves blood flow and circulation, thanks to the nitric oxide we've already talked about. Better circulation means more oxygen reaching your muscles, so you feel less tired during physical activity. It also means more oxygen-rich blood reaching your skin, giving it that healthy flush. It's not magic. It's simple biology working in your favor. But here's where a common misconception creeps in. People see a change in their urine color and think the worst: internal bleeding, infection, or a serious illness. And yes, you should always get new or unexplained symptoms checked out. But if you've been drinking beet juice and you notice this, it's very likely just the pigments passing through. The important thing is to know your own body. Track any changes, even harmless ones, so you can tell what's normal for you. If the color change goes away when you skip beet juice for a day or two, you can relax, it's just bacteria. But if you ever see red or dark discoloration without having had beets recently, that's when you contact your doctor immediately. The point is, beet juice can do more than change the way you feel, it can literally change the way you look. Sometimes for the better, and sometimes in ways that simply need a little understanding. All these benefits and risks bring us to an important truth. For many seniors, every small choice counts. What you drink in the morning might seem like a minor detail, but in reality, it can set the tone for your entire day, even your entire week. A glass of beet juice could help you feel stronger, more alert, and more vibrant. But without understanding your body's needs, it could also bring challenges you never saw coming. This is why I don't want you to think of this as a warning. It's not about fear. It's about preparedness. We aren't here to tell you not to drink beet juice. We're here to help you make it work for you, not against you. Because the truth is, nature gives us incredible tools for health. The difference between a benefit and a burden often comes down to how we use them. You have more control than you might realize. If beet juice is part of your routine, make it intentional. Track how you feel after drinking it. Does your energy lift? Does your heart feel steadier? Is your blood pressure responding well? Check your numbers. Make notes. And most importantly, keep your doctor in the loop. Your healthcare provider isn't there to take away the things you enjoy, they're there to help you enjoy them safely. They can tell you how much is enough, how often is best, and how to pair it with other foods so your body gets the benefit without the strain. This is where hope comes in. When you understand your body, you stop living in fear of, what if, and you start living in the confidence of, I've got this. You can drink that vibrant, ruby red juice knowing exactly what it's doing for you, and knowing how to keep it from doing harm. Every sip becomes a choice you've made with intention, with awareness, and with self-respect. That's not just good health, that's good living. And the beautiful thing is, you're in control. Your age doesn't take that away. Your health challenges don't take that away. The power to decide, to adjust, and to thrive is still yours. Because in the end, the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better. And with knowledge, you can enjoy the benefits of nature's gifts while avoiding the pitfalls. Today, we've explored the many sides of a single, simple habit, drinking beet juice. We've seen how it can help lower blood pressure by opening your blood vessels. How it can boost blood flow to your brain, supporting sharper thinking and memory. How it can sometimes cause sugar spikes, especially for those with diabetes or insulin resistance. How it can quietly stress the kidneys in certain people. And even how it can bring a healthy glow to your skin and improve stamina, with the occasional surprise of bacteria. The key takeaway is this: none of these effects are purely good or purely bad. They are simply responses your body has to what you give it. And depending on your health, those responses can be helpful, or they can be harmful. That's why awareness is everything. When you know your body, you can choose wisely. I want to hear from you now. Have you, or someone you know, noticed changes after drinking beet juice? Were they uplifting, or concerning? Did it bring you more energy, a steadier heart, a brighter mind? Or did you find that it made certain symptoms worse? Your experiences matter. Not only to you, but to others in this community who might be wondering the same thing. So share your story in the comments below. You never know who might benefit from hearing it. And if you value health tips designed especially with seniors in mind, advice that's not just trendy, but trustworthy, then join our Elderly Wisdom Tips community by hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. That way, you'll never miss the information that could make a real difference in your life. Or in the life of someone you love. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your health is your greatest treasure, and learning how to protect it is the best gift you can give yourself. So stay informed. Stay vibrant. And remember, your best years aren't behind you, they can still be ahead.